What is going on, everyone? This is Sarah coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today we're going to look at what the 2021 NHL season is going to look like, what the divisions are, and some important dates and how the playoffs are going to work. So first things first, yes, I would like to apologize that the lighting is a little darker than normal. Basically, if you follow the Twitter, you'll know my dad had to borrow the whiteboard, and I definitely wanted to get this video out today, so I do apologize for the lighting. But without further ado, we're going to jump right in here, and we're going to discuss the divisions. So basically, the NHL, due to the whole pandemic, they want to limit the amount of travel, which makes sense. Less time on the road, the better. So they broke it down, and they just tried to make the divisions as geographically close as possible. Now, one division decided not to play the game the way the NHL ideally preferred for it to be done, and that's the North Division. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, essentially what I did is I listed the divisions in order of when the video will be coming out. So for example, with the Central Division here, you'll see a small 1-9 next to it. So the Central Division video will be coming out on January 9th. So the Central Division is going to be the Carolina Hurricanes, Chicago Blackhawks, Columbus Blue Jackets, Dallas Stars, Detroit Red Wings, Florida Panthers, Nashville Predators, and Tampa Bay Lightning. So obviously, this division right off the bat, you have the defending champion Lightning, who will be without one of their, if not their best player, Nikita Kucherov at this point, as well as the runner-up Dallas Stars. So this division's already pretty strong, but and they also have Carolina. But outside of that, I mean, Florida, Columbus, probably competing for that last spot. We'll go into more details later. And then Chicago, you can't really sleep on Chicago. You can't really sleep on Nashville. These are two teams that did qualify for the, quote-unquote play-in round last year, and Chicago ended up making it to the playoffs themselves. Detroit also upgraded, so this division should be better. Next, we have the West Division, and this video will be coming out on Sunday the 10th. So this division obviously is the West Coast teams: Anaheim Ducks, Arizona Coyotes, Colorado Avalanche, Los Angeles Kings, Minnesota Wild, San Jose Sharks, St. Louis Blues, and Vegas Golden Knights. Right off the bat, you see that, the Vegas Golden Knights and St. Louis Blues, these are two heavyweights. They're both in this division, as well as the Colorado Avalanche. So this division has three very, very strong contenders right off the bat, and then it gets a little weaker from there. But it's going to be very interesting to see, Pietrangelo, for example, going into St. Louis wearing a Vegas uniform. It's definitely going to be something. And then, of course, Anaheim, we'll see. LA, we'll see. San Jose has a chance to play sleeper. Minnesota has a chance to play sleeper. Arizona, I'm unsure on. But, a lot of moves. You'll definitely see that when the video comes out on the 10th, that Arizona's not going to be as good as they were last year. Next, we have the North Division. This one will be coming out on Monday, the 11th. So, essentially, the North Division is all 7 Canadian teams. Now, this was due to visa issues. The United States and the Canadian government in particular, didn't want their players going to and from the United States, and they didn't want a lot of, American teams coming in and out of their country. So they said no. And since we're at this point where we have an odd number of teams for one last season, it was logical. So this is going to be the Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs, Vancouver Canucks, and Winnipeg Jets. Obviously, this is all over the place. You have West Coast Vancouver, East Coast Toronto, Montreal. So it's going to be very travel intensive for these teams. So there's going to be a lot of jet lag, for example, with these teams. It's going to be something. Off the top of my head, Toronto's definitely the best Canadian team, but I can definitely see teams like Edmonton and Montreal making big strides this year. Vancouver has a shot. Winnipeg, probably not a great one. Calgary, probably not a great one. So we'll have to see how it goes. Ottawa, you guys know my opinion on Ottawa's star, Brady Tkachuk, so we're not going to get into them. Last, we have the East Division. So the East Division video will be coming out Tuesday. That's going to be, of course, the day before puck drop, which we'll get to shortly. The East Division is pretty much without a doubt the strongest division in the NHL this year. You have the Boston Bruins, Buffalo Sabres, New Jersey Devils, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Philadelphia Flyers, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Washington Capitals. So you might be saying I'm biased, and Patrick agrees with me on this one. This division's definitely a gauntlet. You know, Boston, Philly, Pittsburgh are definitely your heavyweights in this division. I'd say Boston v. Philly is going to be the division crown all said and done. Pittsburgh has a real chance to step in and be a wild card. The Islanders also are being slept on. I think the Islanders are going to be a big competition. I think the Islanders could easily take second place, heck, even win this division. Devils, afterthoughts. Sabres, afterthoughts. Capitals, still strong. They still have OV. As long as you have OV, you're fine. But they're not going to be like really amazing, especially after losing Holtby. But yeah, and then of course the Rangers are the absolute true wild cards of this division. We'll see how they do. Again, so these videos will be coming out on Saturday the 9th for the Central, Sunday the 10th for the West, Monday the 11th for the North, and Tuesday the 12th for the East. So now we have some important dates to discuss here. So the opening day of the 2021 season will be January 13th, which is, of course, this upcoming Wednesday. So they do have a pair of outdoor games. So it will be February 20th and 21st. Now, they will both be played at Lake Tahoe, and they will be between the Flyers and Bruins, and then the Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. So it's going to be interesting. It counts as a home game for Vegas, obviously, right in basically very close to their backyard. And Boston, which I know some Boston fans aren't happy about, but life goes on. So the end of the regular season scheduled to be May 8th, 2021. And then we have just a little stat here. Each team will be playing 56 games. So there's going to be a lot of times that you're playing each other. So it's going to be very interesting. Each team plays each other 8 times in your division. So there's going to be some bad blood for sure. Especially with teams like Philadelphia and Boston who don't play each other. Pittsburgh, Boston, they don't play each other a lot. There's going to be some bad blood between those teams. Tampa Bay and Dallas, there might be some bad blood there. So now we have the playoffs here. So basically, the top 4 teams from each division will advance into the playoffs. So hypothetically, we'll go with the East. So let's just say, for sake of argument, it's the Bruins, Sabres, Devils, and Islanders. So those 4 teams, if they finish 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the standings, they will all move into the playoffs. Now, what will happen is they will do a round-robin playoff within the division. So it will be the same for all 3 divisions, but I'm just going to stick with using the East. So again, I'm just going to use them in alphabetical order. So the Bruins are the 1 seed, Sabres are the 2, Devils are the 3, Islanders are the 4. That would put the Islanders playing the Bruins and the Devils playing the Sabres. They will be a best-of-7 matchup. And then whoever ends up winning those 2 hypothetical matchups, so again, we'll go alphabetically. Boston and Buffalo, they will end up playing in a best-of-7 series. Whoever wins that goes into the Final Four. So the Final Four is going to be, they're going to be reseeded, and it's going to be the winners of the Central, West, North, and East. So whoever wins those 4 divisions, they will be reseeded based on your final points. So let's just say the Calgary Flames got the most points of all these teams. They'll be the 1 seed. Let's just say Boston has the least amount of points because it's possible, seeing as they're in this really strong division. They'll be the 4 seed, so they would play each other. And then let's just say, for the heck of it, the Ducks have the 2nd most points. The Hurricanes have the 3rd. So the Ducks would be the 2 seed. The Hurricanes would be the 3 seed. So they would play each other there. And then, yeah, that's how it's going to work. The playoffs are set to end in July of 2021. So that's how this season's going to work. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good rest of your day.